Hey guys, welcome to another live video. It is I, Captain Foley, and I just saw Star Trek Discovery Short Trek's Calypso, and I don't quite know how I feel about it. Xavier Gamers here. First, good evening. Hello, Matt. We'll just let people come in. Jamal Taylor is here. Captain George is here. Ricky Radio. Philip Denick. Matt Mon. Oh my God. Thomas Potts is here. Thomas, I see you. How did you finish already? Well, it came on at 9 o'clock here in Canada. I realized that the guys in the States, that CBS was having some issues getting it up. They needed some Viagra. So yeah, I'm just up in the ready room. I thought I would come and chat with you guys for a little bit about it, and I'm not necessarily about it. I'm looking forward to taking your questions and comments and stuff, but how bad was it? So hello, Ricky, Chef, Tazungary, sorry, I don't know, Darren, Xavier, Forrest, Aaron, everybody, welcome. I'm 6 minutes into it now. Okay, it is spoiler free. I'm going to say that for the first half of it, I really enjoyed it. Second half of it, I was kind of like starting to realize the problems with it. It's a great standalone piece. It's a good, heartwarming tale. It's kind of like that the Joaquin Phoenix. No, not Joaquin Phoenix. What's his name? The movie Her, about the guy that falls in love with his cell phone. It's kind of got that vibe to it. It is a good piece of storytelling. It's very interesting the way that they used only one character, well, two characters kind of. So it was well done. It was just lots of problems with it, lots of plot holes. It's the same as Runaway with Tilly. Just a lot of things that make you go, huh? And have you scratching your head at the end of it. So that's kind of an issue for me a little bit. Other than that, it was pretty enjoyable, to be honest. Not a lot of questions answered. At the end of it, you're still kind of like, what the hell just happened? I can't make my picture any bigger. Or can I? I think I maybe can. Sorry guys, just trying to... It's on my laptop upstairs and it's not really set up for live streaming. I should have had it ready to go, but alas, I am an idiot. There we go. So, yeah, I rather enjoyed it. There's still a lot of issues with it, a lot of problems, a lot of things that after you watch it, you're going to be like, why didn't this just happen? Or why didn't he do this to solve the problem? Or whatever. There's going to be a lot of that going on. Completely forgot about the shorts. Well, that's not good. Let's see here. Should I? Well, you know what? I'm going to reduce the size a little bit just because of the way my camera's set up here. I apologize, guys. So thank you for tuning in and watching. Like I said, I don't have this thing set up for lives, really, so if it's not on Netflix, I'm not watching it. Fair enough. A lot of people around the world can't actually see this because CBS is kind of screwing everybody. They even screwed the American viewers by not having it available at 9 o'clock. At least in Canada, it played on time. With Tilly's Runaway Short Trek on Space, they had it. It wasn't on the TV guide at all. It was kind of stuck in the middle of a movie on the guide, and then so it was weird. It was odd. This one, it was like that until yesterday, and then today when I checked the guide, they had changed it, but they put it in a half-hour time slot. What time is it now? Yeah, 9:40. Yeah, they put it in half-hour time slots. So there's actually commercials in this one. With Tilly's, there were no commercials. It was just straight playthrough for 15 minutes. This one's apparently 18 minutes long, so yeah. Let's see, it's hard to see this screen too. Apologize, guys. Thank you all for tuning in, though. So another script draft that got filmed without another rewrite. That seems to become the thing these days. Well, no, yeah, actually, Samuel and myself were talking about this yesterday on our live. It's just Alex Kurtzman's writing. It's just awful. At least I think he wrote this one. It's a great idea. It's a great concept. It's something that's been used over the years with a variety of shows, even Trek, the same kind of premise. But at the end, it's a very unsatisfying ending. There's a lot of unanswered questions and a lot of real issues that I have with it. So, sounds like the shorts were a good idea that got rushed. Yeah, I think the shorts were more of a damage control kind of thing. Like, damn, we're not getting season 2 out until January, when people were kind of expecting it September-ish. So to scramble and save face, I think they decided to put out these shorts, which were probably supposed to be full episodes, to be perfectly honest with you, and there just wasn't quite enough there. And instead of rewriting it like you guys said, they probably just went, oh, we'll just film it as is, as a short trek, and give people something in the months leading up until January. That's kind of what it feels like to me. So whether that's the case or not, I'm not sure. I'm so pissed off, says Joseph Miles. I don't think that was it. It was a bottle episode set in a very distant future. Yeah, and no real answers about anything. Like I said, I don't want to give too much away here because not everybody necessarily seen it. So I did like it. I did like it more than Runaway, which is odd because I really like Tilly. And yeah, I don't know. I like the new character. If he's going to be in Discovery, I hope he is. His name is Kraft. He's a good actor, a very good character, and I think he did really well in this role. And the other side of that coin, the other person in this episode, also did a very good job. And I'm looking forward to learning more about that, perhaps. I don't think we will, but I would love to learn more about it. Do they show any cool future tech? Yeah, they do actually. Kind of a take on what we've already seen, and a great evolutionary step up to something else that we see later in Trek. So yes, they did put in some interesting tech visuals. The series should have started in September. I agree. Just in case you didn't know, I saw Star Trek Fleet Command on the Play Store for pre-registration earlier today. Yeah, I actually downloaded it like 3 days ago for my iPad and started playing it, and I'm already bored shitless because it's just dumb. It's not dumb, it's just I can't really get into it. It's not what I expected from a fleet battle game, but I should have expected this from a mobile game, so yeah, that's tough. Any good ship shots? We want starship porn, more disco. There actually are some really good ship shots, which is really interesting, actually. There's some really nice ones that I really enjoyed seeing, for sure. Yes. So there is ship porn. Hi diddly ho, everybody. Well, hi diddly ho, Brian McFarland. Captain George is there pimping away all the links. Good job, George. So, what have I missed so far? Calypso, good, bad, or ugly? A little bit of all three. Overall, it's a really good piece of storytelling and done pretty well, but it leaves you unsatisfied, especially given the scenario that it's set in. You don't really get any answers, and that kind of sucks. And whether that's going to be addressed at some point, who knows? Probably not. This is a very good standalone piece, so I really don't know what to say. Captain George, the best moderator. Yeah, he's pretty damn good, I got to admit. Hopefully Anti-Trekker or Reloaded aren't going live tonight to talk about this or anything, because yeah, I don't want to be streaming over top of anybody. But Brian McFarland says, so what have I missed? Oh, yeah, we've already read that one. Thomas Potts, see, I see what you're saying. It's not as bad as the Tilly one. No, it's not. It absolutely is not. And that, like I said, that surprised me. I thought I'd really enjoy the Tilly one because it's more Tilly, and I really enjoy Tilly. I love her character. I love a lot of things about her character. And Runaway just didn't do it for me. It really, really fell down in a lot of places. This one does too, and the same kind of places, the same kind of plot holes, the same kind of, well, why didn't we just do that from the beginning? Questions crop up, and there's no answers for any of it. It's just like, yeah, it is almost like a first draft of a script that just didn't get rewritten properly. Yeah, let me see if I can adjust this light a little bit. So I got my one fill light set up, and to kind of counter some of the lighting in this room, and it was just a little too bright. Hopefully that's a little better. At Trekyards, I can do both at the same time. But are they streaming? I need to know if they're streaming. If they are, let me know. And it's great that you can do both at the same time. I don't know how you do that. Captain Foley, will you have a full review on the short? Well, likely. Once Samuel sees it, we'll probably do a live together. We haven't done one for Runaway, which we probably should. But we just haven't got around to it yet. But I don't know if we'll do one specifically on Calypso, another one on Runaway. We will definitely talk about it live for sure together. But I don't know if we're going to wait till maybe when all the shorts come out, we will kind of do a package deal of videos. I'm not sure what we're going to do yet. So I honestly don't know. I haven't talked to Samuel yet. It was his idea earlier today. He's like, oh, that short comes out today. You should go live right afterwards. And so here I am. I thought it was a good idea. But Anti-Trekker is streaming. Oh, that bastard. Does he know that I'm streaming? How dare he? How dare he? Spread the truth. Def should do the review. Hello, Captain. Permission to come aboard. Permission granted, Roberto. Oh, the Anti-Trekker is streaming. God damn it. I'm going to jump on his stream right now. See what he's saying.
I think we're perfect for this.
I beg to differ.
James, it is always a pleasure to see all of you lovely people. Of course, I have Anti-Trekker with me. Anti-Trekker, how are you doing, good sir?
Hanging in there.
And Laura's with him.
And
so you're missing out on Anti-Trekker and Reloaded.
Star Trek, but you know, there's that. Yeah. And by the way, to the people on my side, if you're watching on my stream, I'm going to do the super chat rewards and stuff after me and Laura Reloaded are done talking about it.
All right. Well, anyway, I'll probably head over there soon, but I just wanted to come on and say that I did enjoy it. It is better than the first one. It is better than Runaway. Having said that, I enjoyed it as a standalone piece. I didn't enjoy it as Star Trek necessarily. Like I said, there's some good acting in it. I hope we see this character again. I hope it becomes a regular. I don't know how they're going to incorporate that with the way it was left. But yeah, there's lots of things I want to see again. I want to see more of. I want to understand what happened, and we're just not going to get those answers, unfortunately, which is sad. And I feel bad that Anti-Trekker and Laura are streaming. They're a little high-strung today for me. I'm sticking here. Well, thank you. It's difficult to say. Weird Al shirt versus my ass shirt. I vote Captain Foley. That's right. Live long and prosper, my ass. Really? This is how they treat Star Trek? So thank you. I appreciate that, guys. Tell them that, you know, pop over there, say that you're watching Captain Foley's live. I don't even really want to talk about the short trek the whole time I'm on. Depending on how long I'm going to be, I don't know. I just want to talk to you guys, so feel free to ask anything. It mentions being set 1,000 years after something. Yes. That's all I'll say about that. I'm sticking here too. Well, thank you very much, Gmate. No problem, Captain George. I think I prefer this stream over this. It has less lore. I think you mean to say I think I prefer this stream over that. This has less lore. Well, Lore's a good guy. He is a little high-strung sometimes, and he always comes out off as sarcastic. I don't want to talk about my fellow streamers because they're good people, and I really do love them. But I just can't take him seriously, and he kind of gets me in a depressed mood every time I watch him, so there's that. I heard Discovery plays records. Records. Not really. I think I know what you're talking about, but no, not specifically. You should repost Kirk and Spock into new poses, make them dab, or an end zone pose. I might if I if I'm streaming up here, chances are I'm going to try to stream facing this way because I got all the cool stuff behind me. There's other stuff over here, which I might do different angles. You see different angles in the captain's logs. Back there is just the couch with the pretty plain wall, so you never know. If I do, I will be doing more live streams from up here, obviously, because Sylvia and I sleep in the basement, and that's where the main computer is, in the next room, and me talking keeps her awake. So when she's got to go to work in the morning, I don't tend to stream down there from my main streaming area. But yeah, maybe I'll dab them. Or sorry, how's the dab go? There we go. Captain Foley dabbing. Would you rather see Captain Foley dabbing or Anti-Trekker and Laura complaining? Any news on Axanar? Not really. They got their bridge up and running. They just had Axicon. Apparently they had to install 3 generators outside to supply enough power for the bridge because they kept blowing fuses. I've read that over on the AXA Monitor site. So I haven't heard much, but apparently it's still a thing that's coming. It's going to be a half hour. It's going to be 2 15-minute episodes, so I'm looking forward to it if it's anything like prequel to Axanar, which I'm not sure it will be necessarily. But as long as we get the ship porn that was provided by Tobias Richter for that, I'll be happy whether the story sucks or not. It's the ship porn that I'm after. I don't know those guys, so what's your deal in a nutshell? What, Anti-Trekker and Lore Reloaded? And what's my deal? What do you mean, what's my deal? In a nutshell, for Calypso, like I said, I enjoyed it as a standalone piece of short cinematography and storytelling. It was pretty well done, but as a whole piece that ties into other things, it doesn't make any sense, and it leaves a lot of plot holes and loose ends. And I know what Doomcock is going to say. I know what Mecha Random 42 is going to say. I know what Anti-Trekker and Lore Reloaded are going to say. They're going to complain, whine, and bitch. I have good things to say about it, but I also have some bad things. Like I said, this is spoiler free, so I don't want to just tell you guys what happened if you're waiting to see it. There will be another opportunity where I talk about things specifically. However, as a standalone piece, yeah, it was actually really well done. I really enjoyed the acting. The cinematography was good. The shots were good. It was directed well. But as Star Trek, I mean, as far as Discovery goes, it was probably better than a lot. But it doesn't tie in with anything. And the questions that were raised and were never answered are what really bother me. So that's where I'm going to stand with that. I did enjoy it. There's good aspects to it. There's bad aspects to it. But you're not going to hear any of the good stuff from Mecha Random or Doomcock for sure. Anti-Trekker and Lore might point out some of the good stuff, but I love the guys dearly, and I would love to be over there watching their stream right now. But I also love you guys, and I'm glad you're here talking to me. So let's see. Sorry, I'm missing a lot of the chat. I apologize. Yep. Does it connect to Star Trek overall? Nope, not at all. This doesn't connect to anything really. Just the fact that it takes place on Discovery. What's their deal? I meant. Oh, okay. They're good guys. They're really good guys. They do really good videos. Lore Reloaded's been on our show before. So's Anti-Trekker. We're releasing those videos soon. We love talking to other up-and-coming YouTube creators and just people that are in the same community. We love doing that. We did that with Space Stock when they were just starting out, and now they're like blew right by us with subscribers and stuff. So, but it doesn't matter. We love helping people out. We love sharing with people. Anti-Trekker does really good videos, really well researched, really well delivered, and his live streams are super fun to be on. I'm kind of addicted to his live streams. I love hanging out with the people that are there and just chatting. I've been on his live streams a few times. Lore Reloaded, like I said, he's kind of sarcastic, kind of bugs me a little bit. I don't know when he's being sincere, when he's not. It's one of those personalities I have trouble dealing with. I think he's a good guy overall, and when we chat on Twitter, because we direct message each other all the time, I get a better vibe from him when it's a text as opposed to video communication. So Jill Wright, Kraft is one of my favorite Discovery characters, and we may never see him again. Exactly. Apparently he is coming back though, from what I've heard, so I don't know how they're going to play that out. There's multiple ways with Star Trek, but still. Watched Space Doc earlier today. Yeah, he does good work. Daniel's a good guy. I saw it as a major spoiler when the trailer said it was 1,000 years later. I was like, oh, I guess Disco doesn't get destroyed. LOL. Well, maybe the Prime timeline thinks it gets destroyed, but it actually gets either spore jumps into the future or some anomaly takes it into the future. But then again, if you watch the Calypso short, there's a specific order that I don't know how to say it without really spoiling it. Needless to say, 1,000 years in the future, there's nobody aboard Discovery except for this guy who wasn't there originally. He got picked up. But there's a lot of unanswered questions. It just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Disco can time jump with spores, right? Yes, they can, probably. They haven't seen that yet. Actually, we have. I think when they jump back from the Mirror Universe, they jump back like 8 months later. Because the war had been going on for 8 or 9 months. Because the Admiral said, we've suffered 9 months of losses or something like that. So yes, it can travel through time as well. Of course, Trekyards is now pushing the negative pundits that have all but destroyed the fandom. Fantastic. See y'all on Trek BBS. Yes, all I'm saying is negative things, even though I've said multiple times that I enjoyed this one. But okay, you keep doing your thing and piss off. Captain Foley, I'd love to stay and listen and chat, but I must depart. I have a nice evening, and to all the other viewers, have a nice day, evening, night. All right, we'll see you, Matt. Anti-Trekker is very knowledgeable about Trek, though. Yeah, he is. Okay, the chat's going by really fast, so I apologize, guys. Every time they spore jump like that, it could push them further into the future. Yes. Stephen Lau feels like a few of these shorts might have been B-plot ideas originally. Yeah, or were slated to be like a full episode. And they just couldn't find a way to fit it in with a B-plot. So instead they let's do those on their own, which is a great idea in theory, but not really delivered great. Runaway was not spectacular. This one, like I said, is much better, but still there's a lot of questions. Who makes the graphics on the screen behind me? Various people. They're just it's a YouTube playlist of LCARS displays that I've found over the years, or screensavers that I screen capture and turn it into a video file and put it on the playlist. So yeah. Hey Cap, hello. Alternate reality or universe maybe. For Discovery, I would say so, yes. Mystic Marvel, in case Captain missed it, any news on the Stage 9 interview? No news yet that I know of. Mecha is easily ticked off, but I think all three really just want better Trek content. Yeah, but there's being ticked off and then there's being nitpicky. Like, people say that we're nitpicky, and we are because we get into the tech of things, but I feel like I don't want to watch a lot of Mecha's videos that are ranting about something, because she just seems to go off on things, and I mean, they get views. I got to give her credit for that. Rants get views, they really do. I can't. It's too much negativity. I mean, in Trekyards here, we don't just lather on the negativity like that one asshole in the chat just said. I don't find we do that. We do point out the good and the bad, and we call it like we see it. We call it for what it is. Like I said, this is a great piece of cinematography, a great idea, a great standalone piece. But it just leaves too many holes, plot holes, unanswered questions, and things that really don't make any goddamn sense. Captain Foley, you are my entire family's favorite channel to watch about Trek. I especially appreciate that. I know I will be safe for my kids to watch. Don't listen to the haters, you and Sam Rock. Well, thank you, Aaron, and I apologize sometimes in the lives. I do swear or whatever, and I apologize for that. I tend to swear quite a bit in my personal life. I try not to do it on Trekyards. However, I've done it once or twice, and Samuel's edited it out or whatever. So I apologize if I do. I'm trying to be conscious that we have viewers of all ages, and I got to admit, when I do go on anti-Trekker and stuff, I do tend to be more myself and kind of curse a little bit more. And he calls me out for it. He's like, "Oh, you're so nice on your channel, but over here you're just, you know." So I thank you, Aaron. Trekyards is critical. Yeah, so I forget the name of the guy that was here earlier that was saying that we're all just negativity and hate, but that shit really pisses me off, because we see the same comments. You're a shill for CBS. You're just pushing the Discovery agenda, and then on a video, that's a comment, and then right below it is another comment that says, "The hate that you guys have for Discovery is disgusting. You can't accept new ideas from Star Trek." It's like two opposing comments on the same video. Either you don't watch what we say, you don't watch everything that we say, or you just latch on to whatever reinforces your argument, which tends to be the case, I think, a lot of the time, or you're just a complete moron. Because even Mecha Random 42 says that Trekyards is like the neutral zone. If you want fair, balanced discussion, you come here. Sure, I might be stuck on a certain point, like I don't like a certain aesthetic because I'm kind of a TOS guy, whatever. I still point out that it looks good and would be beautiful in a certain era of Trek, like post-Nemesis, whatever. Because a lot of the ship designs for Discovery are fantastic. They just don't quite fit where they're placed in the timeline or in Prime Universe. But, yeah, we try to call it like we see it, and yeah, apparently people still watching our stuff, like I said on the same video, we get opposing comments saying, "You hate it or you're a shill." Well, make up your mind. We're one or the other. I mean, obviously I'm a shill for CBS, and they're paying me, because like I keep saying, the Lamborghini is going to be showing up tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes, so we're obviously not getting paid by CBS. Calling someone a moron, asshole, or a jerk when saying you're not... Whoa. Hold on. Calling someone a moron, an asshole, or a jerk when saying you're not overly negative, not really the way to prove someone wrong. I'm not being overly negative about Discovery, but they come on here and say that, oh, here's Trekyards pushing their negative agenda on Star Trek. No, you're an asshole for saying that, because you haven't paid attention to what we say, so I don't want you on my channel. So goodbye. So sure, I guess it's negative to say that someone's a moron or an idiot, but they clearly are. So like, again, we're just calling it like we see it. There's ways to say that and not be a dick in the chat. So You guys are about as balanced as they come. Don't get the folks that suggest otherwise. Yeah, well, unfortunately, they're out there, and it really bothers me sometimes. For the guy asking about animation, search for Elcar's. Yeah, Star Trek. It's a UK site. There's some really fantastic Flash animations and stuff there. That's where I got a lot of these from. Actually, TNG set us up for disco. Wow, these comments are flying by so fast. I'm sorry, guys. Actually, TNG set us up for Disco Universe, the multi-Warfverse episode. Yep. Captain George, yeah, but he's been covering other things and is less near apologetic as she can get with Star Wars content. I don't know what you're talking about there, so. Uh-oh, we need safe spaces for the asshole word, rolling on floor laughing. Yeah. Yeah. Captain George, you can let these comments through. I mean, I find I'm having to approve a lot of comments. Captain, off topic, but wanted to say some of us want more Camaro vids on your other channel. Just saying. Yeah, I need to do more videos on my other channel. And now it's nice fall weather, but it's actually been really shitty and rainy the last couple days. Well, most of this week. I want to take the Camaro for another nice drive. Don't worry, there'll be more stuff in regards to that, but the car's going to be covered soon in the driveway once snow flies. It's going to be, yeah. So, you guys are my favorite Star Trek YouTube channel. Well, thank you very much, Christian. Hey, don't get me wrong. Oh, whoa. Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, be careful, as the things you say about your watchers can come back to bite you hard in this day and age. True enough. True enough. But those people are very easily banned from commenting, so whatever. They can. There's a lot of people out there that hate Trekyards. There's people that hate Trekyards. Say we don't get our facts right, we're boring, we don't know what we're talking about, we're either haters or we're shills, one or the other. That we're, so many different things that they just hate Trekyards. And I think a lot of it boils down to when I check these people's channels, when I go to their channels on YouTube, none of them have any videos. You know why? Because they're not content creators. So if you're going to say things like that about us, I'll go check out your videos, things that you've said, and then see how, what your point of view is, so that I can fairly, comment back to you. However, if you don't have any videos or content, that means that you're not producing anything that anybody would want to watch. So don't bother me with your time. If you have a YouTube channel and you're making points, you're making valid points, like let's say Mecha Random 42 or Doomcock, and they come on and say that we're negative, or all that we do is negative, or all that we do is we're shills, which Doomcock did initially. When I first started talking to Doomcock, he was complaining that he stopped watching Trekyards because we endorsed Discovery. So I messaged him and I set him straight, and now he says Trekyards is fair and balanced, just don't watch any of their Discovery stuff, but there are other stuff you can watch. I feel like people that say these things are very negative because they're either jealous, or they want to make their voice heard somehow, and they can't do it creatively. So they come on and they try to raise a stink. They're just basically trolls. So I don't have time for that in my life. So they're very quickly dismissed by me, either in a good way or a bad way. It depends on my mood. And I do, as you guys know, I suffer from clinical depression, anxiety, and some days I'll tell it like it is, whether you like it or not. And other days I'll sugarcoat it and be nice, still get to the point really quickly, but make it very diplomatic. And it depends on my mood. These comments, sometimes they really affect me, and people have to understand that. And I apologize, whatever. Things will come back to bite us, that's fine. It's the way it is. This is the society we live in. But I'm not gonna stop saying my opinion because I'm afraid of something coming back to bite me in the ass later. That's not how it works. So thank you, though. Oh, Charles puts in $2 for Super Chat. Thank you very much, Charles. That's much appreciated. I'm really sorry about the comments. I'm missing a lot, guys. The thumbs down brigade either can't stand the idea that a video has no downvotes or are just haters. Yeah. Matthew, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. Nothing important to say, just need to support the channel. Well, thank you. That's very, very helpful. I'm so sorry I'm missing all these comments. We might need a live devoted to the Saru short trek rather than combining with the others. We're not going to combine with the others. I think we might wait till they're all out and then release them individually, but we can refer to the other ones and compare them fairly that way. I don't know how we're doing it yet, like I said. Hey, idiots, morons, jackass, I just plain stupid people all over the place. It is the duty of the decent and open-minded individuals to dismiss, degrade, laugh, and point at them in hopes. Sure. I mean, if they want to put their stupidity on full display for the world to see, I don't have a problem calling them out on it. You guys need to not let these people get you upset. Just get back to reviewing the ships. Well, thank you, Roberto. I know. And when we first started the channel 4 years ago, every comment bugged me. Every negative comment really affected my day. Now, it's water off my back. There's the odd day and the odd comment, and just the combination of the certain mood and a certain comment on a certain bad day that just sets me off. So 68 people and only 23 likes. Let's beat the thumbs up down brigade. Dun dun dun. What do we have? Thumbs down? We probably do. Every video we release within like the first 10 hours, we've got 6 thumbs down, and I think I know who those people are. They're people that have been banned from commenting on the channel because they're imbecilic and are holding a grudge. Jamal Taylor throws in $5. Say, Cap, any word from your Eagle Moss contacts about the Space Dock release? No. I was actually talking to her today. Good news for Canadian residents, that is now up and running officially, so there you go. She let me know that today. But no word on Space Dock. I'm looking forward to that one, though, for sure. I'll have to ask about that tomorrow. Thank you for... I'll let you know in the next live stream. No one special, $2, just for having to put up with the naysayers. Well, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that, guys. You guys are fantastic. The ones that, you know, support us. And there are people that argue with us, people that disagree with us, and people that don't like us that present it in a positive or neutral way, an adult way. And we engage with them, we talk to them, and they're still allowed to comment. I've made a few friends that way. People that like Doomcock, for instance, who was very, you know, I don't watch Trekyards anymore because of this. I heard that referenced in the video, and immediately I messaged him and I started talking to him and told him the facts that, you know, when you're not a masked villain that doesn't show your face, you have to be a little more diplomatic, especially when you work with people that work at CBS, have worked on the shows, currently work on the shows. You need to be a little more diplomatic. Even if you dislike something, you can say you dislike it, you can say you hate something, but it's not all hate. It's hate. Oh, that was good, they did this well. Nah, that's not great, that's a plot hole, this isn't prime, whatever. You just stack up the good and the bad and see where it weighs out at the end. If the bad's up there, then you tell them it's not great, guys, but not hate and nothing else. I hope I'm making sense. I see you have a 3D chess game behind you. Is there actually a way to play the game, or is it just like, oh yeah, there's rules. Yep, there's rules. I'm actually, 3D chess is pretty fun to play. If you're a chess player, 3D chess is very interesting. Speaking as a sub and true fan of the channel, I appreciate everything you guys do, the time you take out of your day to make these videos, all of it. Love you and love what you do. Thank you, Captain. Well, thank you very much. Spread the truth. And I got to tell you to go spread the truth about Trekyards. Go tell them. Everyone has an asshole. Some are just larger than others. So to hell with the haters. That's right. Hate. Quarter. Hate. Ditto. So sorry the dogs are freaking out because my daughter just came home. So one of the disadvantages of doing it live this time of night because she was out. Son of a red shirt. Exactly. If you're going to criticize, make it constructive. Yeah, or offer a solution. Or offer, say, I don't like the fact that you guys seem to put all this hate on Discovery. What's up with that? To which I would respond, well, we don't actually. If you actually watch our video, especially this one, or give them a time index, I'll say, look, we said very positive things about this aspect of it. So go check that out. And then if they do their due diligence and go do so and realize, yeah, well, he did say that, so I appreciate that. Thank you very much. But still, I still feel like you're pouring on the negativity a little too much. Be like, okay, well, I appreciate that. We'll try to, be conscious of that next time. That's how you have an adult conversation. You don't say, oh, wow, here, let's jump in the comments and go, oh, here's Trekyards spreading all their negative hate towards Star Trek Discovery, heaping on blah, 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 fueling the fire, stirring the pot, blah, 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 and then jump out of the chat. That was constructive. Thanks, dickhead. DGR Blue 4 puts in $2. Keep up the great work. Let the trolls piss off. Yes. Hey, Captain, I started PC gaming again because of your Star Trek Online Discovery. Cool game. Thanks, man. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed that. I'm going to be doing more of the Star Trek Online live. I meant to do a live earlier today, and I just didn't get around to it. Tomorrow, I don't have much planned. If I don't go out and do a few things, if I'm going to stay home, I'll probably do a live sometime tomorrow afternoon, which will be a game of some sort. Maybe go back to Star Trek Online. But I got a few different games that I can play now. So, and I love doing the live streams for you guys. It's fun. There's good and bad in everything. Yes, and if you think otherwise, you're part of the problem. Nothing is totally good. Nothing is totally bad. And to just say that, just don't even get me started. Repeat from before. I like JP, the egotastics take on angry internet nerd trolls. We all have to deal with them. Yes. I'm going to give you a heads up. I know, Captain George, I know. We've already talked about ways that we can fix the timeline as well. We've probably mentioned what he's going to talk about. I will watch the video. He told me to watch it. A way to fix the timeline for Discovery to make it Prime. That's fine. I will watch it for sure, but I'm going to tell you that we've probably came up with it. We've done a lot of theorizing videos over the past year talking about how they can fix the Klingons, how they can fix the timeline, make things fall in line visually with TOS. At the end of it, we've covered a lot of it. Captain, what does your daughter think about living with a pulp culture mecca? I don't know. I should ask her. Cassie? Yes? What are you doing? Come here for a second. T-Berg Sci-Fi Fan has a question for you.
Okay.
Captain, what does your daughter think about living with a pulp culture mecca?
I love it.
Here, look at the camera.
I just popped the pimples down.
Daughters. I'm telling you. She loves it.
I love it.
Oh, I thank you.
You're welcome.
And she's not embarrassed when I go out in public with her wearing my Starfleet jacket with the pin. She's not embarrassed, so.
No, that's my dad. I love him a lot.
Yes. So there you go, guys. Cassie, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
The reason they know you're home is because the dogs are barking.
I know, I figured you were doing a live, so I tried to keep them quiet, but.
That's okay. It's a thing. So, there you go. Hope that answered your question. Thank you, Cassie.
You're welcome.
Good night.
Good night. I'll see you when you're done.
Yes. Are you going downstairs or are you just going to your room?
Well, I'm going to my room, but if you go back downstairs, I'll probably just come and sit with you.
Okay, Pug, go.
Just come with me.
There you go, guys. Real life, it happens. Pugs and children. Jill Wright puts in $5. I hope you will do a Discovery episode review in the traditional non-live format. Live is great for some things, but the non-live reviews are fantastic. Yes, of course we will. We're still going to maintain that when the new episodes come out. However, we're also going to do a live discussion as well. And our live discussions we're going to tweak a little bit as well. We're going to kind of do a summary of this episode for the first part, and then do a discussion with you guys, taking questions and comments as well for the second part of it, to make it more interactive for you guys, because we realized on the last one we basically just rehashed all of our original reviews because we took notes again, which are pretty much the same notes, and just represented it live, and not reading your comments really didn't contribute anything. So we're going to try to streamline it and just make it a broader review, like a little bit easier to follow, not as in-depth and detailed for the first part. And then in the last part, if we start talking about a specific scene because of a question or a comment that you guys have, then we'll go into our notes, then we'll break down something specific we wanted to talk about. And I think that'll be better because it'll incorporate you guys as well. So yes, absolutely, we will still be doing the regular reviews. Do not worry, even with Orville when it comes out. I have 7 daughters, 3 sons. Nice to your kid. Okay. At Trekyards, check your inbox. Okay, Joe. Chef Cook puts in $4.99. What's your idea of Star Trek? What you idea of Star Trek series if you was making it? That's an interesting question. It would be something that either explore a new era, like the Lost era between like the Enterprise C era, like the 80 years there where there's not much known leading up to TNG. I would put something in there. I think that'd be the great place to do it. Great ship design, great storytelling possibilities, lots of fantastic stuff there. Or if I did go TOS, I would make it a period piece like they have done and maintain that look, but update it a little bit. Yeah, Joe, I saw that Dr. Strangelove comment. I actually addressed him as it happened and told him to piss off. So thank you. Joe just sent me the comment circled. He's one of our Trekyards admins who's been looking at the chat. So, no, don't worry, Joe. I'm well aware. Thank you. Watch the TIE Fighter CG in Episode 4 Special Edition, the CG in Episode 2 and 3, and there you see the difference between 35mm and digital effects. Okay, cool. I must be missing something. Must be having a conversation with somebody else. Oh, yeah, it looks like Josso1. Sorry, guys. I know you're having conversations in the chat. So, sorry. I'm just missing things because it's scrolling by and all that, so I apologize. I want to see the Romulan War. Everybody says that. I'm not really interested, unless they do it properly. There's a book called Starfleet Year 1, and at the very first page, the preface says this book takes into account the fact that the Enterprise, the series, never happened, because Enterprise, the series, came along and kind of messed up the established side canon that FASA and Starfleet Battles and stuff had done with the Daedalus class starships and things. If they do it properly, like a historical documentary, maybe a 6-part miniseries with the Daedalus class ships facing off against the bigger, bulkier Romulan era ships of the time, like if you go to the Starfleet Museum website, you can see the actual ships from that era and time. And yes, they're more primitive looking. They don't look like NX-01. They look like they should. I'd like to see that. Some kind of documentary feature about that perhaps, but not a whole series. I wouldn't be interested. Everybody says that they want to see Captain Sulu and the Romulan War. Neither one really appeals to me. Not interested. I'm doing all the effects in the Romulan War, so I know it is some really cool things. Oh, look at that. Power 543 happens to be Commander Calkins. He is here live. Dun dun dun. Matthew Warney puts a $10 super chat in. Would you do or have you done a comparison, contrast episode between the FASA continuity versus the canon continuity that came later, and talk about the parts from each that you like most? No, we haven't done that. Yes, we would consider doing that. That's actually a pretty interesting idea, because I really love the way FASA did things. As anybody that's my age or that grew up during that time with that material being our only Trek stuff, they were like Bibles to me. The Franz Joseph Technical Manual, for instance, the Starship Dynamics books from FASA, things like that. Those were my canon. They were my Bible that I read to fill in the Star Trek void between movies and things. And I think that I would really, and that's why when Enterprise came along, and screwed up the Starfleet battles history. Things like that really bugged me, and they shouldn't. I do appreciate Enterprise more now, but still, I think it dropped the ball in a few places. But that's a great idea for a series discussing that. There'd just be a lot of work to get that written and researched, and if the views aren't there, then we put all that time into something that nobody watches. It's got to balance out, right? So, High Power 543, the best commander on the Trekyards channel. Yes, he is the best commander on the Trekyards channel. Good night, Commander. What, is he going to bed? Life, you should Life at Titans Husky Life. You should reel up on how hard the TNG remasters were. CBS cost CBS $12 million. Okay, yeah, I'm going to jump into this conversation real quick. Remastering Deep Space Nine and Voyager is a must at some point. They have to do it. They absolutely have to do it. If they have fans that are willing to do, because you've seen fan versions of the HD battles, exactly the same battle but in HD, very beautifully done. If you got fans pouring their heart and soul into doing these, you've got people that are going to do it for a lot less. You could probably get it done pretty cheaply. You could even run like an Indiegogo to get these things remastered. Run one per season. It's not that hard. Back when I was young, back when I was like late teens, early 20s, I said, you know, TOS is great, but it would be so much better if the effects were improved. And I forget who said it to me or where I read it, but it would be over $1 million an episode. It's way too expensive. It's not cost effective to remaster the effects in TOS. Guess what? It's done now. So, I mean, in 10, 15 years, we're going to look back at this conversation and go, well, now that, you know, Deep Space Nine and Voyager are both remastered in high def for 4K, yeah, that was kind of a pointless conversation. It's going to happen eventually, whether you like it or not. And these people that say it'll never get done, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. It's going to get done. In some way or some form, it's going to get done. There you have it. Son of a Red Shirt says yes. I don't know what about. You could probably get the community to do it. Oh, for sure you could. The 4K opening for Voyager from last year, I think, is gorgeous. Yes, absolutely. I hope you're right, Cap. I hope. I hope I'm right too. And because I said it, I probably am. I'm actually not that arrogant or full of myself, but here we are. I gotta go, Cap, but if you guys need a lieutenant commander, all right, Christian, thank you for joining us. Main Blag Banner, I hate your name so much. Hello, Captain. Main Blag Banner, Main Blag. I always think it says Mailbag Banner, because I'm dyslexic, mildly dyslexic. So sometimes when I'm tired or whatever, it's very confusing. And that name always has bothered me. I've always said it wrong every time I see it. How are you supposed to remaster NTSC tapes, though? If they're filmed all in 35 minutes, they could totally get done at some point. Okay, there's going to be computer programs in the future that can take, as it is now, I've got a Samsung 3D TV downstairs that can convert regular 2D television on the fly into 3D, and it does a fantastic job. It's not as good as an actual 3D movie, but it does a fantastic job. Sometimes it messes things up and puts the hairline back a little too far or whatever, but it makes 2D 3D on the fly. There's going to be a point where there's a computer program that can scan all the old even just digital prints of the show and just crisp them up. You don't necessarily need the original footage. There's going to be a program that can do that at some point. To think there's not is just, I think it's naive, personally. They're going to be able to do it. I know that with TNG they went back and got found all the effects reels and all the physical reels and cleaned them all up and did them all by hand, and that's why it was so time consuming and so expensive and so cost prohibitive that they don't want to do it for the other series because they didn't make enough sales of TNG Remastered to justify it. I understand all that. But there's going to be a point where you don't need the originals to do something like that and crisp it up and clean it up to something, because computers will be able to take the image just on the screen, do a screenshot of it, crisp up the entire frame. You can add your little elements or whatever and go to the next frame. It's going to take a long time, and even that won't take that long because the computer will start to just do it. So I'm not worried, guys. It'll happen. I know, my dad's the same with the dyslexia and all that, the top half of being deaf from a severe ear infection from his childhood, but you didn't say it wrong this time. I know I didn't, because I make a conscious effort when I realize that I'm making a mistake to correct it, unlike other people. A lot of people on this channel that don't realize that they made a mistake, or do realize they make a mistake and don't bother trying to correct it. Like, for example, we just everybody's been waiting for the Saladin episode. I kept saying Saladin episode. I said Saladin all through the episode when I filmed it. Somebody corrected me and said it's Saladin. And yes, it is Saladin. However, with different, dialects and different accents, Saladin is acceptable. But now I make a conscious effort when I say Saladin to say Saladin, because I understand that it upsets somebody, and really the correct pronunciation is Saladin. So I try to do it, but every now and then I'll just say Saladin, just because that's what it's always been for me. You say your idea of a series about Enterprise C with Captain Garrett. What about a show? No, I didn't say. I don't want to see Enterprise C with Captain Garrett. I don't really care. I want in that era. I don't want it to be the Enterprise, though. Stop with the Enterprises. Just stop. You've got Kirk and crew. You've got Picard. We don't really need any more Enterprises. Just stop. You can run into Rachel Garrett every once in a while. I want that time period, that class, those type of ships, but a different ship. Stay away from the Enterprise. Stay away from Rachel Garrett. I honestly don't care, because I know what happens to her. So anything leading up to that would just be pointless, in my opinion. If you're going to do something like that, do a comic book series. That I'd be interested in, but not seeing a show on the Enterprise C. Seeing a show on the USS Hood, which is also an ambassador class ship. I would be down for that. New crew, new possibilities. Yes, but not Enterprise. I would love to see a series based off the post DS9 Mission Gamma books. Yeah, a lot of the books have some stuff that I would love to see on screen for sure. I want post Nemesis. Yeah, a lot of people do. But then you got the problem of putting post Nemesis between post Nemesis and Star Trek Online and having those events fall into place, because those characters, the same actors, officially CBS licensed, kinda. Do you want it to fit in with Star Trek Online, or do you want to go your own direction? And that's where they're going to run into problems with the Picard series, I feel, because what are they going to do? Are they going to try to tie things in and shoehorn this yet again into another Star Trek time in history? Shoehorning things in causes problems, as we see with Discovery. I'd love to see a series that is the Lost Era 2, maybe a class vaguely in between a Miranda and a Nebula, set in the Ambassador era. Yeah. Ooh, Garrett Wang and I had a back and forth conversation that lasted a few weeks a couple of years ago. It was a great privilege that he became my favorite Trek actor right away. Yeah, Garrett's awesome. I've met him a few times. He's nothing but warm and kind. 2 years ago, when Samuel and myself we got invited to the Comic-Con in the Denver Comic-Con. We were hanging out with Garrett Wang for a little bit, and Vic Mignogna and a few other people, and it was just a good time. Garrett's a good guy. I've met Garrett a few times. Met him in Vegas in 2013 with my wife, and nothing but a good guy. That being said, I didn't like him initially, because right after Voyager was done, he grew his hair out. He didn't want anything to do with Star Trek. He didn't want to look like Harry Kim. That's why when you see him in Gods and Men, the fan film, he looks greasy and slimy. I wasn't a fan of him then, but he soon realized that that's his bread and butter. You got to treat the fans good, because they're the ones that pay your bill. They're the ones that put you where you are. and he had a bad run-in with William Shatner, who's not like that at all. So and he's learned from it, and he engages with people. He always talks to people. If you're in a line waiting to see him, you always see him talking to everybody and giving them each their due time. And he's just very friendly and warming and inviting, and it's just beautiful. That's what I like to see. I like to see people that are like that. A few Star Trek actors that I know are not, and I might love their character. I'm not a huge fan of them personally. So, how about an old ship get thrown away into the future with super retrofitted and do something like that, or maybe even vice versa? Yeah, I mean, a ship from like Federation ship from after the Enterprise J era getting thrust back in time to like the refit era or the Lost era with the Ambassador class, and they find it abandoned and they pull it back to a starbase and they start, reverse engineering everything, and or just relaunch the ship with a new crew and try to learn the ship as they go, and it can actually explore different galaxies. It's got some kind of drive that takes it, to a different galaxy in like a few days. That'd be incredibly cool. That would be super cool, and you wouldn't have any problems with being in Prime Universe, because you could have the Prime Universe ships doing their thing. You could still have this new advanced ship, and there's an explanation for it that makes sense. And it's not just, everything looks different just because we want it to look different, but it's still Prime, guys. William Shatner always gets into Twitter fights with SJWs. Holy crap, I thought it was just me. The first time I met him, he had very long hair and seemed like a jerk. Now he seems nice. I figured he had a bad day the first time. No, he really despised Star Trek because of the way Voyager treated him. He didn't get his promotion on Voyager. His character didn't get as much development as he wanted. Things like that. And he hated the fans. He hated the whole... But after a few years, he started to realize that it's what made him who he was. People love his character. People love him. And so he started going to conventions, and that's how they make their money, these guys. And he's amazing now. So yeah. Matthew Werney puts in $2. So, Discovery. Question mark. What, did I miss something? We were talking Discovery. That's one of the problems with these lives, is that once you start engaging with the chat and reading the questions and comments, you kind of lose the main focus. But if you missed the beginning, I'll sum it up before I leave. I enjoyed Calypso much more than Runaway. It's a great standalone piece. As far as Trek, though, it doesn't really fit. There's a lot of unanswered questions and a lot of, why didn't you just do that from the beginning moments? And no real answers to anything. And so it's a good standalone piece. Not so great Trek, but better than Runaway. Better than a lot of Discovery, honestly. And the new character is fantastic. So, there you go. I was referring to your description of the potential ship from the future. I must have missed something yet again. Throw a Manhattan class refit back in time. Psst, nah, nobody wants to see that piece of shit. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's amazing. It's amazing. Go check out our USS Manhattan Trekyards originals, please. It's a good ship. It's a good ship lollipop. Christopher Helmslet Tetler, $1.99. Doctor Who crossover. No. I don't like Doctor Who enough to really care. And they've already done it in the comics, so not interested. Charles, my God, Charles, $10. Thank you very much. Post Nemesis, not so perfect crew on an old Miranda class heading back to retire the ship on its 100th year in service gets caught up in a plot which could save the Federation from CBS greed. Dun dun dun. Sounds like you got a winner there, Charles. That's absolutely fantastic. By the way, thank you for the $10 super chat. Much appreciated. That kind of falls in line with the Red Letter Media guy's idea for Star Trek Galaxy for the new Picard series. You could make that work. You could definitely make that work. And again, commissioning Trekyards to do ships is a really good way to support them. Thank you very much. Yes, it is. I can't recall your name off the top of my head. Main Blag. But no, he's a good guy. Reached out to us with a ship design, and we helped him flesh out some details, and Samuel did some animations and things like that. And Trekyards originals are so fun, and it is a great way to help out the channel. You get a 3D model of your ship out of it. You get a whole history, backstory, specifications, a whole Trekyards video on it. You can join us on the Trekyards video to talk about your ship. It's a great way to get things done. Justin, that's what I thought it was. I wasn't sure, but thank you very much, Justin. Please don't be mad at me. Yeah, I didn't have my other computer. This is my laptop. Your actual folder, Justin Banner, is on my desktop or my PC downstairs, so I would have been able to look at that and see it. But maybe if the Miranda was the Bozeman. Well, there's a whole series of books, not a whole series of books, a book talking about the captain of the Bozeman and the first launch of the Enterprise E. I forget the name of the book now offhand. I had that on the tip of my tongue just a second ago too. Anyway, somebody will say it. I'm not mad, don't worry. Thank you, Justin. Appreciate that. Digital 3D model or printed 3D model? Again, I mustn't. Digital. Oh, yes, digital. Yeah, you get a digital model that you can take then and get 3D printed. There you go. Bozeman was a Soyuz class ship. That is my limit of nerd rage for the night. Thank you, Charles. Yes. Is the changeling in, I think, the Undiscovered Country a changeling? Is the changeling in, I think, Star Trek: The Undiscovered Country a changeling from the Great Link? A changeling from the Great Link. Oh, is a shapeshifter a changeling in the Undiscovered Country? No. That's Marcia, and she's not a changeling. She's a Kamaloid, which is different. Even though there's been like shapeshifters all throughout Trek, which is always a big, amazing thing. I just watched a TNG episode with the lady, the girl, and the little old lady that came on the Enterprise, and Wesley had a thing for the girl, and they were both like monsters or like little Ewok things. They were amazed that those were changelings, shapeshifters as well. Yeah, Kamaloid, thank you. In 10 or 20 years, we'll be saying we need all the Star Trek shows converted from HD to holographic for our new TVs. You're absolutely right. That's going to be an actual thing, I guarantee you. Speaking of, that ties in with Discovery Calypso tonight and the new tech that we saw, which is really neat. But you'll see it if you haven't seen it. I would make a series where the Borg, Hirogen, and Species 8472 follow Janeway back to Earth, sparking a second Dominion War which breaks up the Federation. The show would focus on trying to rebuild and why. Well, that'd be awful. I wouldn't want to watch that, to be honest. It's an interesting idea for a novel or a comic book series or a mini series maybe, but not a series. LOL Ewok things. Where the beings off of Voyager changelings or something else? Were the beings off of Voyager? I don't know which ones you're talking about specifically, so I'm not sure. Yubnub. I don't even know the song. No. I know the beat though. Dun dun. But I don't know the original words. It's a better song than what we get in the special editions. Anyway. Yeah, that was a thing that just happened. I'm sorry. Is the Traveler considered omnipotent, and are they connected to the Q or the other letters of the alphabet omnipotent in any way? That's a great question. I don't know about the other letters of the alphabet, but I don't think the Traveler is omnipotent at all. He just has the ability to travel and you know, traverse space and time. I don't think he's omnipotent, like he can make anything appear. No. It's that time of night, I guess. You dance as good as Lando. That's right. Never claimed to be a dancer. Volume a little low, Captain. Sorry. Just because my mic's down lower because I got a different table here. There you go. It's up as high as I can do it right now, so I apologize unless I talk like this and then you can hear me better, I hope. What kind of lightsaber do you have, Captain? Well, depends on my mood. I can be good or bad. There you go. Close enough for the Ewok song. Well, thank you very much, Wayne. Wait, make that face again. Which face? I don't even know which face you're talking about. Yawi ichichibu, yawi ichap yahwa, ayotomi to peach tikini goop. What? Okay, it is what it is. Beam me up, Scotty. That's better than The Last Jedi already. Christopher at Trekyards, if I tip you $20, would you dance on the table? No, because it's a very small table, but I will stand up and dance if you want. For $20, for sure. But there's no table to dance on, so. Somebody in the Disney merchandising department just for excited. I'd love to donate, but Super Chat isn't taking my payment tonight. Grrr. That's alright. Don't worry. T-Berg sci-fi fan, don't worry about it. It's fine. I appreciate the attempt, though. Like, anything you guys can do definitely helps out the channel and makes doing these, you know, worth the time. Even if we didn't get the super chats, it still would be fine. I do lives during the day that don't get any super chats or get like $2.99. It's all fine because I love hanging out with you guys and getting to build the community, and I just love talking to you guys. I just got my first one last month, dueling rated. I spent a lot, but it's effing awesome. Josh Street at Trekyards. Captain Foley, anti-trekker, would like to know how you watched Calypso. With my eyes. See what? Go tell anti-trekker that in Canada, it's on the Space Channel, so it's free to watch. Because Canada is great. And I sat there in my underwear with a jar of maple syrup in one hand and a beaver in the next. And I enjoyed my Calypso. And then I came up here and started talking to you guys. I wiped off the maple syrup and put shaving cream on my beaver for later. And rode my moose up the stairs to sit here to talk to you guys. Yes, it's on the Space Channel in Canada. It's free. All Discovery is free here. Just rub it in. Dan right it is. With cable you get space without needing extra channel packs. You gotta acquire a dancing Twi'lek animation that shows up on the stream when someone donates. You need cable or satellite, though. We got cable. How can I get screen graphics like yours? Just scour YouTube for Elcar's animations, or download Elcar's screensavers and just do a screen capture. Get a screen capturing software, capture it, and save it as a video file, and then put it in a playlist, and just there you go. Wait, there are beavers in Canada? I'm moving. Yes. Canada, America's little brother. Yep, that's absolutely right. Yeah, the volume is kind of low. My speakers are on max just to hear. Oh, really? Everything's... Hold on, let me try that. No, that's not doing anything. No, the OBS software is up fully. The only thing I could do is hold the microphone up here, but that's just stupid. Because it's sitting down there, and... Hey, guys. Welcome to Trekyards. I hope you all are doing well tonight. This is Trekyards After Hours. Oh, the T-Berg is Tilsonburg. We actually have a small Comic-Con there. You're in Tilsonburg? Damn, son. That's close. I need your thoughts on the NX Alpha being the NX01 without the saucer section. My thoughts. I don't know what to say. It's not? That's all I can say about that. I'm just in the province next to you, Manitoba. You're in Manitoba. Well, I'm sorry. Ontario's far superior. Says it's on the Space Channel again at 11. Yep, they'll replay it at 11. I just DVR'd it so I can watch it anytime. Trekyards After Dark, that's right. I don't have my After Dark uniform up here. My captain's robe and my pipe and my hat. But that's okay. Your volume is fine. Now it's probably too loud. Just left and watched both episodes. Not bad. Put the mic back down. This sounds terrible now. So I thought it sounded fine before. I checked OBS and the OBS settings are all fine. Might be a little... I mean, I can change the setting there maybe. That might be a little bit better. I don't know. Mick Foley's cousins, brothers, best friends, college roommates, Captain Foley. Yes, that's true. Hey, Captain Foley, are you old enough to remember Toronto Rocks with John Major? Yes. Does your wife know that you had maple syrup with a beaver in your hand? Oh, yeah, she did. Oh, yeah, she knows. Pipe your mic into a 100-watt surround receiver. Okay. No. Random comment says, used in the network TV version of Naked Gun in the U.S., they edited the line nice beaver to say nice one, but they left her handing him the actual stuffed beaver. Makes no sense. No, that does make no sense. And that's censoring gone awry. That's just dumb. Did you guys see that they're auctioning off a bunch of Star Trek stuff next month from William Ware Fay's collection? No, I did not see that, but thank you very much. Sound is fine. Turn up on the viewer's end. There you go. Audio fine either way. Okay. You need a sick crushed velvet purple smoking jacket with matching paisley ascot. I would wear that. Sure. Trekyards After Dark is greater than Anti-Trekker After Dark. You go tell him that, Captain George. I'll need to rewatch his live because he's probably bad-mouthing me. Not you, Captain. We ensigns need a 100-watt receiver. America over-censored. John, John, what's in $5? Play Uber chat number 3 for me. I don't know which one that is. Tell me which one it is and I'll act it out. In case you don't know what Uber chats and mega chats are, they're over on Anti-Trekker's channel. When you contribute a super chat, you get to pick an animation. We do have some animations that we do on some of our lives for Trekyards, but they're ships flying by that Samuel's done. No, but John, just let me know what it is, and I can probably recreate it because God knows I'm over on his live streams enough. After Dark, like City TV, late great movies. I remember those. Yes, yes. Have a good night, Captain. Off to check out Calypso. All right, enjoy it, Jeff. It is. I think you'll enjoy it. I really do. Q is reasonable for the extinction of dinosaurs with him and the one god, and as such, God was imprisoned, and Q had to watch over humanity forever as punishment. Okay. At Trekyards, if you want, Anti-Trekker said you could call him on Skype. Well, I could, but that'll screw up my live stream immensely. So, no. I don't have my OBS set up properly to do that. Plus, yeah. Just say thanks, but no thanks tonight. I don't know how that would work. Ugh. If I had started on Skype originally with him, you'd be able to hear his audio and things like that. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to hear. So, Captain Foley After Dark is only better the Anti-Trekker After Dark when Captain Foley is drunk. Stop with the Captain Foley being drunk. I hardly ever drink. Having said that, I'm going to have some water. I hardly ever drink. One of the first times I went on Anti-Trekker Live, I got drunk. Yeah, whatever. I just wanted to kick back and have fun and relax because everybody on Anti-Trekker's channel and Anti-Trekker himself has this opinion that Trekyards is boring. So I needed to shake that off. And now I can't get past everybody calling me a drunk, which I'm not because I almost never drink. I can buy a case of beer, a 12-pack of beer, and I'll still have one or two in the fridge like 4 months later. I don't drink. Hardly ever. Jesus. Oh well. I'm back, says Christian. Welcome back, Christian. Hey Foley, says Scottish Trekkie. Hello, Scottish Trekkie, says Captain Foley. Trekyards isn't boring now with London Batman. Yeah, London Batman, when we do a live together and we're drinking, that's fun. Would you like to see a Star Trek series with the Starfleet Commodore or Admiral in command of a ship? Yes, I think that might be interesting. Because they would have different responsibilities than a captain. That would be interesting to see, actually. Yeah, I'd buy that. That was a Roddenberry thing. Q was to watch over whatever intelligent life evolved on Earth and the god on the planet beyond. And the god on the planet beyond, the Great Barrier, is an imprisoned Q. That's actually kind of great. Tim Theo says, night, Captain. Off to watch the short. Good night, Tim. You will enjoy it, I'm sure. But I want to hear your thoughts at some point. Sorry, I'm missing a bunch of stuff in the chat. I apologize. Ditto on Earth 2 and Final Conflict. Okay. Time to upgrade. I don't know what that means. Q was toying around with the Tikon Empire with the One and sent an asteroid towards Earth by accident that almost wiped out all life. The One was referred to by Q, was imprisoned for this, but Q was imprisoned for this. Is that Romulan ale? No, this is a blue glass. And in this blue glass is a clear liquid called water. Because I am an ugly bag of mostly water. As are you all. And I'm going to consume this water so I don't die. It's a good year. Blue glass. Everything is Romulan ale, unless it's Aldelbert and whiskey. Blah, blah, blah. Yes. Well, thank you guys for joining me. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be. I've been an hour and 24 minutes now. I might wrap it up in like 6 minutes. Keep it at an hour and a half. Normally I would go longer, but I would kind of like to switch over and check out Anti-Trekker's thing. And I would suggest all of you do that as well. Go check out his chat. When you don't leave yet. I see the numbers dropping. When we're done here, because I'm gonna head over there myself, and I'll be in the chat, and then you guys can still interact and say that Captain Foley sent you. So you all show up at the same time with me, and I'll be like, I brought the crew, and you're like, yep, Captain Foley brought us over. Captain Foley sent us. And then subscribe to Anti-Trekker. We got to bolster his numbers and get his subscriber count up. So please, if you can do that, do that. Tell with them anyway, nothing wrong with let loose now and again. True. That's why I went on and did it, because I thought, you know, I love having fun, and I might have went a little too far that night, because I don't remember the last part of the stream. But, and that was subsequently sealed away by the Q continuum at the center of the galaxy until his repentance or the heat death of the universe, whichever came first. That's actually very interesting. I kind of like that storyline. That's a great idea. Yeah, so who's going to go over and see Anti-Trekker? I see my numbers already dropped. So at least 10 of you have gone over there now. Tell me in the comments who's going to go on Anti-Trekker's live stream as soon as we're finished here. Because I'm going to finish up in like a couple minutes. I'm just going to say my goodbyes. And if you have any final questions or any questions, comments you want me to read, anything like that, if you want us to throw in a super chat to help us out, that'd be great. You can do that in the next couple minutes. But just let me know in the comments who's going to go over to Anti-Trekker so that I know who's with me. And then once I end the live, I will put away the equipment real quick, head downstairs and watch on the big 65-inch TV and comment on my phone. And then we can hang out with Anti-Trekker. What do you guys say? Who's going to do it? I'll peek opening a second window. Don't open a second window yet. That's fine. Good night, Captain. I have Bible study. God bless you, my friend. Thank you very much, Roberto. You have a good night yourself, and thank you for joining us. I'll be over there getting an Uber chat. Maybe. I'm not going. I'm going to try and catch up on the last few releases. Hey, Cap, at Trekyards. Where can I watch Calypso? CBS All Access, Patrick. I watched it on Space here in Canada because it's free. And it's on again at 11. And I DVR'd it, so I can watch it anytime. But you guys in the States have to watch it on CBS All Access as far as I know. I don't know where else you can get it. So I apologize. I'm already in both, but you already knew that fully. I did know that. Tell Anti-Trekker that... I don't know, has Captain George, I gotta ask you, has Anti-Trekker been talking about me? Does he miss me? I will if the batteries don't lie. Okay. Empyrean Frost Productions. Okay, I will wait for it to hit the tube. Captain requests permission to leave the ship. At your discretion, Chef Cook. If you need to leave, take off. I appreciate you showing up and joining me. It was fun. Too much fun. Just CBS All Access. Don't know who Anti-Trekker is. We'll look up Anti-Trekker, and it's Trekker. He's got great Star Trek content, and he's a good YouTube creator, so check him out. Enjoy your chat with Anti-Trekker. Good night. I am set up for it now. I will either be there or on this related video called Warp Coils, Everything You Need to Know. That's a great video, by the way, done by Eric Henry. He has not talked bad about you and has always misses people in his live stream besides me. Well, tell him I'll be there shortly with a few other people. I'm actually going to call this quits right now, guys. So thank you very much. Night from Edinburgh, Captain Foley. Well, good night, Scottish Trekker. Thank you for joining me. Anyway, guys, I'm going to call it quits. Thank you so much for joining me. I don't have after credits that go on forever. I just end the stream. I feel like ending the stream, unlike Anti-Trekker. So I'm going to end it. And like I said, I'll be downstairs in a minute or two. I'll hop on his live and be in the chat talking to him. So looking forward to seeing some of you guys there. And if you can, subscribe to his channel as well. Also, Lore Reloaded, who's probably still on his channel. I don't know if he's still on right now. Lore Reloaded might have taken off already, but Lore Reloaded and Anti-Trekker, the two channels that we really need to check out. I love helping out the community of YouTubers that talk about the same kind of stuff. And to be fair, both Michael Crawford, who's the Anti-Trekker, and Charles, whatever his name is, Lore Reloaded, that guy, they've become good friends of mine. And if you can help out their channels, I really appreciate it. Not Charles, is it James? James. James is his name. I don't know. Anyway, he is a friend of mine. His name eludes me right now because he's Lore. Lore Reloaded. All right, guys. Bye. I'm not yakking. I'm leaving.